Hello, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We are now going to question the jurors and ask them why they chose the guilty verdict. And hopefully we can turn it around for ourselves. For pity's sake, the little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he? He said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes. Why, it can only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up? Now I've got work to be doing. Oh, your books, yes. Next shop. The foreign books? Oh, no, not worth a visit. Alright, so we gotta press on them? Can we press them? I can't remember if we can. With only one minor exception, the reason for finding the defendants guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for this defense? Mr. Naruto, this is no time for grumbling. Oops, accidentally opened that up. We want to force the trial to continue? Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your submission examination. Yes, my lord. Okay. I just need to keep this trial going somehow, whatever it takes. Come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it. Alright, let's see if we can find any flaws. The jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. Alright, so we can pit them against each other and we can press them. For pity's sakes, that Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he?
Hold it!
Excuse me, but aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand before myself just 2 days ago. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face, or the side of it anyways. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. It was all going swimmingly until you started fussicking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? I don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and the young hatter pegged as criminals. Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Now there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around and the police have been badgering me non-stop. If I could turn back the clock... Well, anyway, I don't know about the hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. And free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Ah, thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history. Oh dear, I wonder what become of Mr. First now. He said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes. Why, it can only have been the victim.
Hold it!
You're right, that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to have seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quite. That's precisely my point. Clearly that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly that funny Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit. Let's not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. Her life is over. His life is over. I didn't read that. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward. honestly, claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes? But if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Oh, I really couldn't say. After all, you are foreign. Who's to say what goes through the funny little minds? Wow, didn't have to bring it that way. I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime. No one else could have done it. The accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple. Your argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must say. Oh my, you're too kind, my lord. That went well for her. Alright, how about you? The man wouldn't have gone around the house on his way back from the bookshop. Not in the winter. Let's press on that. But you can't deny that there are other works to Natsume that Natsume could have been taken from your book. Oh yes, you drew on the map, you mean? What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely. But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true. And at the moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there? Why did that? Is there proof? Do I have proof? I mean, how would I know exactly what route he took? Is there anything that indicates to me that he took a specific road? I don't quite see. Maybe they'll come up later. Let's continue on, and maybe a clue will come up. Well, yes, that's true as well. As I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Well, yes, that's an annoying truth. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quick as possible. Well, yes. Why is this all true? So really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road. I'm supposed to be convincing you here. I've given it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make my mind up on the whim, did he? I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone to Calabash Road, it may be different. I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. Honest, I would. A reason why Soseki-san might have taken the longer way home. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one. Alright, so we got someone that we can... Oh, she should know something.
Hold it!
Whatever is the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Girdeb, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsume his room? The master's wife? Where do you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid. The maid, you understand? He's keeping up that charade. This is going to be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you'll be selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. Well, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsume, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right. Although he's only been a little over a week now. And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsume look like the kind of woman or kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Oh, goodness me, yes. He's just the sort. What? Spending all his time in the dark and dingy room, sporting that unscrupulous mustache. The man never speaks, and he gets me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh dear, Mr. Poor Natsume. How could people say such things about him? He's just a harmless bookworm. Nothing more. Well, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She said enough damning things already. Ah, she didn't get anything from her. I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up now? I got work to be doing. Alright, that doesn't tell us anything. A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's. The likes of you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids. I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs to be doing. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's hard slog from dusk till dawn, it is. So, you were out digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, I remember rightly. It was just round the corner from where it all happened. By the book, all the bookshop it was. Oh, we got more information. What? Another coincidence. That's right. Immerse Street it was. What about it? You go digging that up? Was that what you said? You were digging this up. So that means he can't go this route. He would have had to go on this route, right? Is that what's happening? Immerse Street. On the map, Mr. Hudo, there are only 3 named streets. Row number 5. I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point in that? Can we get this business over with? Please, sir. It's important. Fine, I'll do it then. On the day it happened, I was digging up Immerse Street from dusk till dawn. Okay. Can I press him in on that again, or should I present that? Alright, let's press him on that again. Let's see, maybe he'll tell us more about the road. So, if I understand correctly, you're a laborer, day laborer, and you were doing road maintenance that day. That's right. Like I said, you get a lot of burst gas and water pipes underground in the middle of winter. It's the only time of year fellows like me can actually make a few bucks, and I'm missing out today. And when you say from dusk till dawn, well, the work has to be completed within a day, see? No coaches, no pedestrians. Ah, there we go. No pedestrians can pass. I wonder if I could trouble you, sir, to mark on this street map the exact location of the works you were carrying out. Give it here, then. Let me have a look. Right. Let's see, then. Immerse Street. Yes, it was just here like this. It was a tidy dig, I can tell you. We had to get through all the drift of snow we had frozen solid over. And what sort of time did you finish the work? Well, we started in the morning and we can't have finished before gone 6, I'd say. The snow had stopped coming down, but it was long past dark for sure. And then it said it was like 4 something, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so he definitely could not have taken that road. That means the road work was still going on when Mrs. Green was attacked at around 5 o'clock. Road works on Immerse Street, huh? Do I need to talk to you right now? I want to go talk to this guy first. I can't pit. Can I present something? No, I can't present something either. So I can pit, but let's talk to this old man first.
Your books are, yes. Nice shop that is. Both books? Not worth a visit. Sorry, what did you say? Hold what?
No. What I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your bookshop often?
I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see? Same thing every day, including the day you're talking about.
At what time did you visit your bookshop on the day in question?
Well, I was picking up books in there all afternoon, and would have been just before 5 that I left. That's my daily routine, you see? Same thing every day, including the day you're talking about.
So before 5, you say? Exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about this time?
Oh yes, no mistaking there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry, not after that dreadful time I had at...
What do you mean?
Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on ice and dumped my head.
He's wearing the green. He's the one that fell.
It was always worse after the snow stopped falling when it was more slippery.
What are the odds that you get a juror who's exactly the person there?
Not myself out clean, I did. I thought my number was up.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road.
That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see? Heading down Calabash Road is quite the quickest way for me to get back from your book.
Juror number 6, I must insist that you add the information in your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. It is very, very significant.
Oh, sorry. Extremely sick. No, I'm quite all right now.
Well, he seems to be a quite pudgy and healthy old man. It sends shivers down my spine to hear the members of the jury so convinced that Mr. Natsume's guilt. But I can't have a feeling that someone. Yeah, I know. Come on, we got this. Let's get back in there. Yes, I know. I know who to pit. Well, I need to see who to pit the old man against. He made it himself. He said the woman in green. Ah, there we go. We can pit this person with the old man.
Objection.
The two statements clearly show a flaw of the juror's reasoning.
A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel?
Well, juror number 2, juror number 6. Whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your book and purchased a number of secondhand titles. He then returned home on foot. The man says he has a recollection of his journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear right in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we are aware of this. The poor young woman was stabbed, obviously. Can we really be sure of that, madam? My, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard the juror number 6 account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim, who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my. Oh? My goodness. You mean? That's right. I'm referring, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6. Are you really suggesting that the person in green overcoat to whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has somewhat of a similar build to the victim. Oh, look at that! Oh my goodness me.
Oh, sorry. You need to pee?
And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in green in the overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapse in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodging. And if that's true, then clearly, the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my.
You idiot old man! If you hadn't been so daft
as to be roaming around there, we had boxed this hours ago. And really, what were you thinking wearing such a befuddling coat?
What did you say to me? Is it a crime for an elderly to walk down the streets these days? Huh? Is it a crime to slip on ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat, is it?
My lord, I do hope I won't cause any inconvenience, but...
You'd like to change your leaning, I presume?
I do declare I would. I should like to call for a not guilty. Thank you.
I would too.
What?
Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? Well...
Oh my goodness, this old man. He's being unneedlessly attacked. All right, we got 2 of them down, and I know exactly the next 2, so it's all about just going through the dialogue now. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto. That was wonderful. Well, we managed to change a couple of minds at least. It strengthens our position somewhat. Ah, yes. And it will prompt the other members of the jury to consider their stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if the current leanings are really right or not. Now, if only we could just identify one more clear discrepancy. Ah, we got this. Don't worry, Susato. Yes, I know exactly. Van Zeeks is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, by whatever means we have to our disposal. Thank you, Counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. Hi. Wait, she's saying the same thing? Oh, okay, she just says the same thing. Alright. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from around the bookshop. Not in wind, sir. Well, sir, I will pitch you against this man himself, who was working the road that day. Those 2 claimants are clearly at odds with one another. Counsel, explain yourself. Please, don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. What? I just wanted to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3. Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? Juror number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited this bookshop to purchase a number of secondhand books. And on the same day, we now know that there was work being carried out on Meerschaum Street, making it impassable, which means the defendant's route home not have been taken him along Meerschaum Street and down Prairie Road. Oh yes, of course. What do you think of this, sir? Well, yes. You can't argue with that, really, can you? We must have a good 2 yards or more of pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So the only conclusion is, the defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodging. Yes, I suppose he must have. I suppose that must be right, eh? Juror number 3, you said the following. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But we see now that he had no choice. Yes! This guy's very open-minded. My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may. Yes. I don't think, in all good conscience, that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes. I'd like to see a trial continue. I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. What about you, sir? Who, me? Well, alright then. If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled in. That's what I say. Alright, there we go. We finally got it into our side. That means we can continue on with the trial. Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. The A's 2, the no's 4. And the no's have it. Not guilty, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue. Objection! Oh, what do you have to say now? It has seemed churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection, only to crush it in disgust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks? It seems I must retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Huh? Whatever do you mean?
Objection.
I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed. Stalwart juror number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated, sir. That's right. Took me the whole day and they paid me a measly 2 for it. Now, my learned Nipponese friend, tell me. Do you have any notion of the distance the 2 yards represents? Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue now. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Would you not agree, my stalwart friend? Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What? And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the sites of your works? I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. No coaches would have had hope passing anyways, and we just turned any gentlefolk back when they came from. Kids just jump right through over us all the time. The accused is no gentleman, as far as I can see. I have little doubts whether that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meandering around town. Is that true? Is it? The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. There can be no doubt that on this way back to the lodgings, Mr. Natsume walked down Briar Road. Crushed in a single sentence. And old man? Cold man? You can't talk? You say that around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabasas Road. Pray, was the suspicious-looking Japanese man there? Oh, I can't say I remember. You don't remember? How about a wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man that the accused saw, but I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. Alright, how can I prove it? He's walking down at 5. He ordered the books at 4:47. That's pretty close to time. Order! Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself. My lord? Have you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve? Why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination? I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see it for himself, how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. But my hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel. Oh, taking off his cloak. So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What are you talking about? My lord. The prosecution requests permission to call its next witness to the stand. Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witness. It's the next witness. Mr. Naohuda, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses on the incident. Yes, I remember. One of them being a Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright, no matter what, Van Zeeks brings to the stand as a witness, and no matter what they say, I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end, until the battle is over. Alright, this is actually a really good place to stop now. Well, we're just gonna take a look. These are... Wait, is he actually a policeman? Well, we're gonna look at that more closely next time. So, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.